If you have already downloaded the exercise files, you can see that we have about HTML and 4 kind of folders such as CSS, fonts, image, and scripts. So let's just start by copying the about page, about HTML or about HTML, and just hold down the Alt and paste it inside the resources and views. But before we copy, we have to open it because we cannot see before. Just open it. Let's just say about, and then we have to change the extensions because this is going to be a blade template, blade.php or .blade.php. Okay, before we continue, let's just go back to the Chrome and refresh, and let's just type about, and then you can see that we have a simple text. So we have to open up our routes to see what's going on. So we can open just app http, and then we have a file called routes. As you can see that we have line number 19, we have about, which is redirect us to our about controller action called about, show about. So let's just open up the about page, about controller. Let's just open up controller, about controller. The first thing you see here is that in line 11 we have return a simple text. To generate a new template and use it inside your actions, the only thing you need to do is just type view, and inside the view, inside the parentheses, in single quotation or double quotation, just type about, which is the name of your template, without the extensions, as I said earlier in previous chapters. So let's hit save, and let's go back to Chrome and refresh. As you can see, there are no CSS or fonts or JavaScript files associated with this about template. So the next step is just close this controller, and let's just go back to our files, and let's just again copy all of these files and folders. And you might ask the question, where shall I just paste all of these folders? The best place to paste the JavaScript and assets files is actually inside the about directory. Let's just right click and hit paste or command V, and let's just OK. So we have a couple of errors which are some kind of previous errors, because this project is actually really old. What you can do is just put some of these into comments, and let's just come back here, because we're not using SVG files anymore for fonts. Maybe some browsers do, but we're not using them. So let's just, I don't want to see any errors in my IDE. It's going to be some kind of awkward errors. So we no longer use hgroup anymore in our PHP, since W3C not using hgroup. And you can see that we have some kind of errors here. These are related to IDs, not actually related to any codes or errors in our code. So for that matter, we have to come to our public folder and select all of these and mark them as a resource root and apply them. It's going to take some time to be okay, since you're just going to open and close, restart your ID, and everything's going to be alright. So the next thing we're going to do, we have to come to our about page and link all of these scripts together, because if you go back to here, and you can see that everything is work right now. But the thing is, these are not dynamic. So what I mean is, you're just referencing to the CSS folder, because as you can see here, we are in our about page, and right now it is finding our CSS, and that's one of the advantages of using Laravel. But let's do it dynamic. Before, inside the href, we have our first CSS path directory. Let's just open up double curly braces, and let's just say URL : asset, inside the parentheses, single quotation, and let's just grab all of these and cut it and paste it right here. again, you can see that we have JavaScript map. This is really you don't need to change it, I mean, because this is refers to a URL and we no longer need to change this. And we have a script file here. Let's just copy this again, because since we typed it up, we're not gonna type it again, and cut this and come down here and paste it right here. So the thing is, we're not using double dots here, because double dot refers to a back folder. We no longer need this, because what URL asset does is just finding as you can see here, we have some kind of warning here: cannot resolve a directory, because you have to, as I said earlier, as a CSS file, all of these need to be some kind of purple, so it shows that these are your resources. But that's not something really important. What is more important is we have to find our image tags and change them to something dynamic again. Let's just type img. You can see that we have no image related to our HTML file or blade template. So scroll down to see any path, any link, and if you could find something, you can change it to be dynamic. So let's just save it and come back to our Chrome and let's refresh, and everything is working. To make sure everything works, just right click and hit inspect elements and go to your console, and there shouldn't be any errors or bugs right here. If you could find any errors or bugs, it indicates that you either not loading any scripts or not loading any CSS. Even better place, you can come to sources and see CSS, and you can see that our CSS file is shows here, which indicates that everything is working.